Welcome to our countdown of the top 10 horror movies of all time. Get ready to be spooked as we dive into some of the scariest films ever made. We're talking about the movies that kept you up at night, the ones that made you double-check the locks and sleep with the lights on. We'll be counting down the movies that gave us nightmares, the ones that redefined horror, and the ones that still hold up today as classics of the genre. So grab your popcorn, turn off the lights, and make sure you're watching this with a friend, because things are about to get scary. Kicking off our list at number 10, we have The Exorcist. This movie was a cultural phenomenon, terrifying audiences with its depiction of demonic possession. The story of Regan McNeil, a 12-year-old girl possessed by the devil, is terrifying. Practical effects brought the horror to life. The head-spinning, projectile vomiting, and spider walk are still disturbing today. The film tapped into something deeply unsettling. An innocent child overtaken by evil is a primal fear. It's a film that sticks with you, questioning good and evil. The Exorcist set a high bar for horror. Coming in at number 9, we have The Shining. Now I know some people argue this is more of a psychological thriller, but for me, The Shining is pure psychological horror, and it all starts with the atmosphere. The Overlook Hotel, isolated and snowbound, is a character in itself. The long, empty hallways, the eerie hedge maze, the iconic carpet pattern, these all contribute to a sense of unease that permeates the entire film. And then there's Jack Torrance, played with chilling intensity by Jack Nicholson. His descent into madness is both fascinating and terrifying to watch. From the "Here's Johnny" moment to the terrifying twin girls in the hallway, The Shining is full of iconic imagery that has become ingrained in pop culture. But beyond the scares, The Shining is a masterclass in suspense. Director Stanley Kubrick slowly ratchets up the tension, keeping the audience on edge until the very end. It's a film that gets under your skin and stays there, leaving you questioning your own sanity. Our next stop on this terrifying trip down memory lane brings us to number 8, Halloween. This John Carpenter classic is the granddaddy of the slasher genre, and it introduced us to one of the most iconic villains in horror history, Michael Myers. Halloween is a masterclass in suspense and atmosphere. Carpenter's use of long takes, POV shots, and that unforgettable score create a palpable sense of dread that keeps you on the edge of your seat. We follow Michael as he stalks Laurie Strode and her friends, the tension building with every step he takes. The film's simplicity is its strength. It's a stripped-down story of pure, relentless evil. Michael Myers, with his emotionless mask and unwavering determination, is the embodiment of pure evil. He has no motive, no remorse, just a primal urge to kill. Halloween's influence on the horror genre is undeniable. It spawned countless sequels and imitators, but few have managed to capture the raw terror of the original. It's a film that reminds us that sometimes the most terrifying things are the ones we don't understand. At number 7, we have The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. This gritty and visceral film is not for the faint of heart. It follows friends who stumble upon a family of cannibalistic killers in rural Texas. Its raw, documentary-like style sets it apart. Leatherface, with his grotesque mask and chainsaw, is truly disturbing. The screams, claustrophobic chases, and relentless pursuit make it unforgettable. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre gets under your skin and stays there. Coming in at number 6, we have Poltergeist. This Spielberg-produced supernatural thriller terrified audiences with its blend of family drama and supernatural chills. The film centers on the Freeling family, whose suburban home is invaded by malevolent spirits. It's a classic haunted house story, but what sets Poltergeist apart is the way it focuses on the family's emotional journey as they fight to survive the haunting. The special effects, groundbreaking for their time, bring the supernatural to life in terrifying ways. From the iconic clown doll to the ghostly apparitions that appear throughout the house, Poltergeist is full of memorable scares. But beyond the scares, Poltergeist is a film about the power of family. The Freelings' love for each other is what ultimately helps them overcome the evil that has invaded their home. It's a film that reminds us that even in the darkest of times, there is always hope. Sliding into the number 5 spot is Psycho. Now I know it's a classic, but let's be honest, does Psycho hold up? You bet your sweet bippy it does. This Alfred Hitchcock masterpiece is a landmark film in both the horror and thriller genres. The story of Marion Crane's fateful encounter with Norman Bates at the Bates Motel is a masterclass in suspense. Hitchcock's direction is masterful, using innovative camera work, editing, and sound design to create an atmosphere of unease and dread. But what truly elevates Psycho is the film's shocking twist. The reveal of Norman Bates's true nature is one of the most iconic moments in cinematic history. Psycho's impact on popular culture is undeniable. The film's iconic shower scene is one of the most referenced and parodied moments in film history, and the character of Norman Bates has become synonymous with the psychopathic killer. It's a film that reminds us that sometimes the most terrifying monsters are the ones hiding in plain sight. At number 4, we have The Thing. This sci-fi horror masterpiece is a chilling tale of paranoia and isolation, set in the unforgiving landscape of Antarctica. The film follows a group of researchers who are terrorized by a shape-shifting alien that can assimilate and imitate other life forms. The creature's ability to take on the appearance of its victims creates a constant sense of paranoia and distrust among the group. The Thing is renowned for its groundbreaking practical effects. The creature's various transformations are both grotesque and awe-inspiring, and they hold up remarkably well even by today's standards. But beyond the impressive visuals, The Thing is a masterclass in suspense. Director John Carpenter slowly ratchets up the tension, keeping the audience guessing until the very end. It's a film that will stay with you long after you've seen it, leaving you questioning the nature of identity and the limits of human trust. Coming in at number 3, we have The Ring. This American remake of the Japanese horror classic Ringu took the world by storm with its unique blend of psychological and supernatural horror. The story revolves around a cursed videotape that kills anyone who watches it within 7 days. The film's premise is simple but effective, tapping into our primal fear of the unknown. What makes The Ring so effective is its slow burn approach to horror. Director Gore Verbinski creates an atmosphere of dread and unease that permeates the entire film. He uses subtle visual cues and sound design to create a sense of impending doom that is both unsettling and terrifying. The image of Samara, the vengeful spirit who haunts the videotape, crawling out of the television screen is one of the most iconic and terrifying images in modern horror cinema. The Ring is a film that stays with you long after you've seen it, leaving you questioning the nature of reality and the power of the images we consume. At number 2, we have A Nightmare on Elm Street. This Wes Craven classic introduced us to Freddy Krueger, the burned-faced killer who haunts your dreams. The film's premise is terrifyingly simple. What happens when you can't even escape the horrors of reality in your sleep? Freddy Krueger, with his razor-sharp glove, burned face, and sadistic sense of humor, is one of the most iconic and quotable villains in horror history. He's the embodiment of our deepest fears made flesh. But A Nightmare on Elm Street isn't just about jump scares and gruesome kills. It's a film that explores the dark side of adolescence, tapping into the anxieties and insecurities of a generation on the verge of adulthood. Craven's film is a visually inventive and surreal nightmare, blurring the lines between dreams and reality. The special effects, while dated by today's standards, were groundbreaking for their time and still retain a certain creepy charm. A Nightmare on Elm Street is a film that reminds us that sometimes the scariest monsters are the ones that live inside our heads. And finally, our number 1 pick for the top horror movie of all time is Hereditary. This modern horror masterpiece from Ari Aster is a slow burn descent into madness and despair that will leave you shaken. The film follows the Graham family as they grapple with the aftermath of their grandmother's death. As they delve deeper into their family history, they uncover dark secrets and a sinister presence that threatens to destroy them. Hereditary is a masterclass in atmosphere and dread. Aster uses long takes, unsettling sound design, and haunting imagery to create a palpable sense of unease that permeates the entire film. The performances are uniformly excellent, particularly Toni Collette as Annie Graham, who delivers a tour-de-force performance as a woman spiraling into madness. Hereditary is not a film for everyone. It's slow-paced, disturbing, and emotionally draining. But for those who appreciate horror that gets under your skin and stays with you long after the credits roll, Hereditary is a must-see. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this list, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more spooky content. What's your favorite horror movie? Let us know in the comments below. Did we miss any of your favorites? Let us know in the comments. We love hearing from fellow horror fans. And remember, this Halloween season, keep it creepy and keep it real. Stay tuned for more horror content coming soon at Nice Media. Subscribe and like please.